each one of us need to look in the mirror and go, how can I be a little bit better? What can I do a little bit better? I don't have to be great. I don't have to be perfect. There is no best. How can I be a little bit better? How can I be a little more fair? How can I understand that my brother and sister are also hurting, maybe in different ways than I am? How can I have a conversation without a condemnation? How can I have more patience to take a breath and listen and let someone who hasn't been heard speak more loudly than maybe they need to, but hear them? How do we make this time not just a flash in the pan? How do we be honest where the choices we make for ourselves selfishly are also the best choices for the most amount of people? And then there's not any specific recipe for that, but take that into consideration when we make our choices for ourselves. Again, responsibility and freedom. How do we treat ourselves? How do we treat our loved ones? How do we treat our employees? How do we treat people we work with? How do we treat what we're building? And what are we just for profit, or are we for purpose as well? What's our purpose? I'm not interested in politics. I'm interested in some purpose, though. Politics is a broken business. We don't know who to trust. So that's what I mean by the private sector, down to the individual. You have more power right now to define your future than ever. My hunch is it lies in values. My hunch is it lies in responsibility, accountability, risk-taking, sense of humor. The list goes on and on and on. Or we can just be a little kinder, a little more fair, a little more empathetic, a little more understanding, a little more forgiving. Also holding on to accountability. I'd say this, man, start off with trying to create more green lights for yourself and others and see where those two meet, and see that actually being selfless is actually a very selfish act. Creating more for others is actually very selfish for yourself as well. And try to make sure your selfish choices for yourself also light the way for more people as well.